Kaibahan ang pag-irima sa Public Information Office kang LGU-Naga, Risa Santos at si Jason Lola. Tuyong aldaw na Sabado, alas 8 ng aga, sarabay niya tong mamuton na ang Maray na Naga.
Ano ang sukol kang progresibong syudad? Mga harlangkaw na edibisyo? Marambong na negosyo? O masararon pa? Sa Naga, ang sukulanta, disiplina. Digdi nakagamot ang totoong progreso. Pugnanta na sana sa simpleng pagparada sa mga designadong lugar, sa paggamit ng pedestrian lanes, pagrespeto sa speed limits, pagsunod sa vending hours. Iyan ang minamauta sa disiplinaga sa dalan. Sa Naga, ang disiplina bako dahil sa takot sa penalidad, kundi dahil inikultura. Sa disiplinaga sa kapalibutan, liwatang pagtarabangan na malinigan ang satong kapalibutan. Sa pag-apon sa tamang bugtakan, pag-segregate, pagbayanihan sa paglinig kan makanal, o sa simpleng paglinig kan sa tuyang mga tungod. Sa Naga, ang disiplina bako sa ng responsibilidad. Inigawi ning pagmakulog sa pagdaraid, sa inaagihan. Itong makakatulog kita gabos ning tunino. Tamayo na ning nagbibidyoke ning lampas alas 10 ning pagni. Tamayo na itong nagmumotor na maribok ang tambutsyo. Asin mayo na ning nag-iirinuman sa luwas kan araw. Iyan ang minamauta sa disiplinaga sa komunidad. Ang disiplinaga bako sa nang programa. Ini sa tong kultura, ini sa tong panuga. Asin nagpupun ini sa tuya gabos. Ang progreso bakong dipisil kun may disiplinaga.
Diskutiron ang mga programa, proyekto asin mga plano kang lokal na gobyerno. Isihon ang may kamanundangan mga impormasyong manugod sa syudad ng Naga. Maging parte kang solusyon, ipag-orgulyo ang pagiging Nagenyo. Kaibahan ang pag-irima sa Public Information Office kang LGU-Naga, Risa Santos at si Jason Lola. Tuyong aldaw na Sabado, alas 8 ng aga, sarabay niya tong mamuton na ang Maray na Naga. Diskutiron ang mga programa, proyekto asin mga plano kang lokal na gobyerno. Isihon ang may kamanundangan mga impormasyong manugod sa syudad ng Naga. Maging parte kang solusyon, ipag-orgulyo ang pagiging Nagenyo. Kaibahan ang pag-irima sa Public Information Office kang LGU-Naga. Risa Santos asin Jason Lola. Tuyong aldaw na Sabado, alas 8 ng aga, sarabay niya tong mamoton na ang Maray na Naga.
Please all stand up for the start of our 54th regular session. Roll call, Honorable Gabriel H. Bordado Jr., City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer. Present, Honorable Elmer S. Baldimoro, City Councilor present. Honorable Jesse R. Albios, City Councilor present. Honorable Hil G. Rosales, Member absent. Honorable Vito Borja II, on leave. Honorable Hilda Gay Labunal Gomez present. Honorable Melvin Ramon G. Buenape present. Honorable Wilfredo Jude A. Jokno present. Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza present. Honorable Alan Rees Macaraig absent. Honorable David Casper Nathan Serio absent. Honorable Maria Corazon M. Peñaflor present. Honorable Jefferson Romeo V. Felix present. Sir, we have a quorum.
The chair declares the presence of a quorum.
Please all rise for the prayer in the pambansang awit.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Mahal na Panginoon, sa pagtatalakayan namin sa kapulungang ito, bigyan ninyo kami ng talino upang mapaglabanan ang simbuyo ng aming damdamin. Bigyan ninyo kami ng mapangunawang puso na walang kinikilingan. Bigyan ninyo kami ng malawak na pananaw upang mabatid ang anumang nakabalangkas para sa hinaharap. Bigyan ninyo kami ng tatag at lakas ng loob sa pagtuklas ng katotohanan at bigyan ninyo kami ng kakayahan sa pananalita na maaari kaming maunawaan. At higit sa lahat, gawin ninyo kaming karapat na lingkod bayan ng lungsod. Nalabis naming minamahal at ang lungsod ng Naga. Ang puso ng Bicol. Siya nawa. Sa ngalan ng Ama, ng Anak, ng Espiritu Santo. Amen.
Good morning. Is there any member of the council who wishes to deliver a privileged speech? Yes, City Councilor Jude Jokno.
Mr. Presiding Officer, distinguished colleagues, and most especially the people of Naga City. Maray na aga po. A logo can be designed. A slogan can be printed, but a reputation must be earned. This is about Naga is the heart, a brand that must become a promise. Today, I rise to support the institutionalization of Naga is the heart as our official investment and tourism brand, not simply as a slogan, but as a promise of what Naga City stands for and what we are committed to become. This proposed ordinance was crafted and drafted by the Information Technology and Promotions Office, ITPO, and was formally endorsed to me in my capacity as the Tourism Committee Chairman by the Honorable Mayor Lenny Robredo, signifying the administration's support for this proposed measure and its objective of institutionalizing Naga is the heart as our official investment and tourism brand. This brand was shaped through consultation with our business community, tourism stakeholders, government partners, private sector, and other sectors who believe in Naga's future. It represents our identity as a city of faith, culture, enterprise, opportunity, and people who continue to move forward. But a brand without action is only a slogan. If Naga is the heart of investment, we must make it easier to invest and do business here. If Naga is the heart of tourism, we must make our city welcoming, safe, clean, and accessible. And if Naga is the heart of opportunity, that opportunity must reach our entrepreneurs, workers, young people, and every Nagueño. Most importantly, Naga is the heart, must belong to our people. The success of this brand should not be measured by how often we display the logo, but by investments we attract. The visitors are welcome, the businesses we grow, the jobs we create, and the opportunities we bring home. The logo opens the door. Our performance keeps it open. Our people give Naga its heart. So let us not simply say, Naga is the heart. Let us prove it. Let us live it. Let us make it a promise. Naga is the heart of opportunity. Naga is the heart of investment. Naga is the heart of tourism. And above all, Naga is the heart of its people. I especially ask for the support of this honorable body for the passage of this proposed ordinance. At this point, Mr. Presiding Officer, I respectfully request that this proposed ordinance be considered as a special business order of business. If there is no objection, may we consider this ordinance as a special order of business. Diyos mabalos po, Miranda.
Thank you very much, City Councilor Jude Jokno. Any other privileged speech from the members of the council? Okay, so we will proceed to the next item.
Next is the reading and approval of the order of business.
City Councilor Attorney Hill Rosales.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. May I move to dispense with the reading of the order of business for this morning and move for the inclusion of the following items. Under special business and order is the letter from the City Mayor, marked as urgent, requesting for the passage of a resolution confirming the appointment of Ms. Noreen Bernadette S. San Luis as City Administrator of the City Government of Naga. As item number 2 of special business and order, a letter from the City Mayor marked as urgent, requesting for the passage of a resolution authorizing her to enter, negotiate, and sign a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Health, Bicol Center for Health Development relative to the utilization of MAIFIP allocation in the amount of 44,995,000 pesos. As item number 3 is a letter from the City Mayor, marked as urgent, requesting for the passage of a resolution approving the purchase, acquisition of 2 units of vehicle to be used by the barangays of Mabolo and Panikwason with a total amount of 1,900,000 pesos, chargeable to the Barangay Support Fund. As requested, Mr. Chairman, as item number 4 is the proposed ordinance of the Honorable Wilfredo Jude A. Jokno, the subject matter of his privileged speech, entitled An Ordinance Adopting the Naga is the Heart Investment and Tourism Brand of the City of Naga, approving its brand guidelines, establishing an accreditation system for authorized suppliers, and providing guidelines for its administration and use. Under unfinished business, Mr. Chairman, as item number 10, a letter from Mr. Hernani B. Soron of Education, Scholarships, and Sports Office, submitting his reply to the letter dated July 1, 2026 from Ms. Corazon Fatima A. Silerio, requesting the cash incentives for winning students from Team Teng 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 and their coach in the 2026 Dengue Slayers Challenge. Yes, ma'am. As item number 11, the revised draft of the proposed ordinance of the Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza and City Youth Councilor Althea Isabel Reyes, entitled An Ordinance Strengthening the Enforcement of Mayor's Permit Compliance in Naga City. As item number 12, a letter from the City Mayor.
What is that?
A letter from the City Mayor.
A letter from the City Mayor?
Yes, Mayor. Yes, Mr. Chairman, vetoing City Ordinance number 2026-88.
What is that ordinance?
This pertains to the grant of permit to operate to Big R Gaming Corporation, the Bingo Boutique in Villa
So
Cáceres
that's
Hotel.
the third veto. Okay.
As item number 13, Mr. Chairman, is the revised and consolidated proposed Healthy Food and Beverage Standards Ordinance of Naga City, submitted by the Honorable Jefferson Romeo B. Felix. And last, under unfinished business, Mr. Chairman, is the report of the Committee on Laws and Ordinances, joint with the Committee on Transport. By the way, Mr. Chairman, item number 11 is supposedly attached to the committee report, the proposed ordinance of the Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza.
Okay.
And just handed to me a few moments ago a letter from the city mayor marked as urgent, so this will be under special business and order, requesting for the passage of a resolution authorizing her to enter, negotiate, and sign a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Social Welfare and Development relative to the implementation of the Sustainable Livelihood Program. Under new business, Mr. Chairman, as item number 7 is a proposed resolution. As item number 6, proposed resolution of the Honorable Elmer S. Baldemoro approving the Naga City Child Protection Policy and adopting the same as comprehensive guide for the implementation of child protection measures in the city of Naga. We have an attached resolution from the Naga City Council for the Welfare and Protection of Children approving the Naga City Child Protection Policy and endorsing the same to the Sangguniang Panlungsod for approval and adoption. And last, Mr. Chairman, under other matters, is the notice of absence from the Honorable Alan Rees Macaraig due to health reasons for the regular sessions on August 11 and August 18. With the inclusions, Mr. Chairman, I move for approval of the order of business.
Is there any second to the motion? Yes, Councilor Albios.
Before the approval, Mr. Chair, may I move that we include under SBO a resolution of condolences to the family of the former Barangay Kagawad, Hilaria Barbosa, o Barangay Kagawad, Hilaria Barbosa Palma o Barangay Carolina.
Okay, that will be item number 6 under SBO. Any other comment? Yes, Councilor Balimoro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, with the indulgence of the Chairman of the Committee on Rules, may I request that item number 6 of the new business pertaining to the resolution approving the child protection policy be transferred as item number 7 of the special business or order.
Item number 7 of what particular?
Special business or order.
Under SBO?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so that will be item number 7.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Any other comment? Any second to the motion of Councilor Attorney Rosales?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. May we request the presence here of the newly appointed City Administrator, Attorney Noreen San Luis Luti. Next item, please.
Item number 1 is a letter dated August 3 from the Office of the City Mayor requesting for the passage
Mr.
of a
Chairman.
resolution.
Sa reading and approval
Ay,
of the minutes.
yes,
We
sir.
will now proceed to item number 2.
Yes po. Next is the reading and approval of the minutes of the previous sessions held last February 24 and March 2, 2026.
City Councilor Attorney Rosales.
Mr. Chairman, reading of the 32nd and the 33rd regular session of the 15th Sangguniang and move for their approval.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Next item, please.
Under special business or order, item number 1 is a letter dated August 3 from the Office of the City Mayor requesting for the passage of a resolution confirming the appointment of Ms. Noreen Bernadette San Luis
We
as
just
City
requested
Government
that
Department
the
Head.
newly appointed City Administrator be here. So we proceed to item number 2.
So item number 2 is a letter dated August 10 from the City Mayor's Office requesting for the passage of a resolution authorizing her to enter into, negotiate, and sign the memorandum agreement with the Department of Health, Bicol Center for Health Development relative to the utilization of the MAEP allocation in the amount of 44,995,000 pesos.
The chairman of the Committee on Appropriations, City Councilor Elmer Baldemoro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, this pertains to the MAIPIP allocation for the Naga City General Hospital from the Department of Health, Bicol Center for Health Development. So may I move, Mr. Chair, for a passage of a resolution authorizing the City Mayor to enter into, negotiate, and sign the memorandum of agreement with the Department of Health, Bicol Center for Health Development, relative to the utilization of MAIPIP allocation in the amount of 44,995,000 pesos on joint and collective motion.
Okay, on joint and collective motion. Next item, please.
Next is a letter dated August 10 from the City Mayor's Office requesting for the passage of a resolution approving the purchase and acquisition of 2 units of vehicles to be used by barangays Mabolo and Panikwason for operational activities, disaster response, and the delivery of basic services with a total amount of 1,000,000 pesos, 1,900,000 pesos, chargeable against the Barangay Support Fund.
Again, the chairman of the Committee on Appropriations, City Councilor Elmer Baldemoro.
Thank you again, Mr. Chair. This pertains to the Barangay Support Fund of 2 barangays, Mabolo and Panikwason. However, the barangay decided that the purchase for the said vehicle will be through the city. So may I move, Mr. Chair, for a passage of resolution approving the purchase or acquisition of 2 units of vehicle to be used by barangays Mabolo and Panikwason for operational, disaster response, and delivery of basic services with a total amount of 1,900,000 pesos chargeable to Barangay Support Fund on joint and collective motion.
On joint and collective motion, we wish to acknowledge the presence of the newly appointed City Administrator, Attorney Noreen San Luis Luti. May we request the City Administrator to proceed to the lectern, and the rules are suspended. Good morning, Madam.
Good morning, the Honorable Vice Mayor and members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan.
Any
Ay,
reaction
Panlungsod, sorry.
or comments or questions from the members of the council? Okay, City Councilor Frank Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I know Attorney Noreen quite for a while, actually for a long time, because once we have been boss with the Department of Transportation and Communication during the tenure of Secretary Marojas. But for the sake of those who are watching this session, can we give opportunity to the good attorney just to explain what would you bring to the table as City Administrator of Naga City, just to let Nagueños know?
Good morning again. It is my singular honor to be part of the city government of Naga under the leadership of our very good mayor and of course the vice mayor. The instruction of the mayor is to vigorously push for the rollout of those big ticket projects. We have the JMR Coliseum and the procurement of goods downloaded from the national government. Also to look into traffic, flooding, and basura. But with my credentials with the Land Transportation Office, I am closely working with the PSO right now to look into number one, rationalization of PSO deployment. In the end, that we will have steady and consistent enforcement of our ordinances. Specifically, I'm immersing myself. I'm going around downtown, CBD 1 and 2, at least twice a day, and twice during the weekend also, to check deployment. So as far as the traffic situation is concerned, we want to rationalize deployment. And
So in other words, Madam Noreen, you are helping Mr. Rene Gumba in the deployment process.
not really helping, but just supervising. Because he already
Supervising.
he already has the roster of deployed personnel. Number one, we want the deployment to go. We want personnel to be deployed Saturdays and Sundays, which I think right now is a gap insofar as enforcement is concerned.
So the members of the PSO consider you as the commander of the PSO?
Oh no, they have their leader. That's Mr. Gumba.
Because you, as you told us a while ago, you are
Supervising.
supervising.
Yeah.
So Rene Gumba is under your supervision.
General supervision, Your Honor.
Is that correct? That Rene Gumba is under your supervision? We are a bit confused because Rene Gumba, being the head of the PSO, should have the sole power over the members of the PSO unless the city mayor appoints you as the acting PSO head.
Your Honor, I do not deal directly with his subordinates. I just make sure that all the submissions of Mr. Gumba, all his plans are properly executed. And we are looking into the gap where the Office of the City Administrator can actually help and support. That's our activity right now.
So in other words, you are not trying to subvert the power of Rene Gumba.
I will not even attempt, Your Honor.
Very good. Another question from City Councilor Baldemoro.
No, Mr. Chair, just a manifestation as a former city administrator that the department head is under the city administrator. So she or he can oversee the operation of each department. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, City Councilor Elmer Baldemoro. Any other question or observation or manifestation? You were the former regional director of the Land Transportation Office. Is that correct?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Why are you answering that way?
I am.
You are not yet sure?
Quite sure, Your Honor.
Okay. So, after being the LTO chief, you became the what position did you handle?
The director of the Traffic Adjudication Service of the Land Transportation Office
In Manila.
in Metro Manila at the central office. Then eventually, Your Honor, as the vice president of North Luzon Expressway.
As the vice
President
President?
for Road Safety, Quality, Environment, Safety, and Health of the NLEX Corporation.
So, in that position, you were receiving a very high compensation, I believe. Now,
Relatively,
I believe.
relatively, Your Honor.
From my point, I believe.
Relatively, Your Honor.
So, what was the major reason why you decided to join the local government unit of Naga? As city administrator, Councilor Baldemoro receives how much?
Same salary of councilor, Mr. Chair, salary grade 25.
Salary grade
25.
25. And the vice president of the NLEX receives how much?
Salary higher than the president.
How's that again?
Receives salary higher than the president of the Philippines.
In other words, back then you were receiving a salary higher than the compensation of the President of the Republic of the Philippines.
Yes,
So
sir.
I am really intrigued. Why you decided to join the LGU-Naga?
First, I want to be a little bit biblical about it. Man does not live by bread alone. But to be a little bit makabayan, when Mayor Robredo invited me, she presented to me her plan for the city. And I think I want to be part of that grand plan to make the city livable, walkable, and all the finish lines. So it was not a difficult decision.
So the word here is Makabayan,
Makanaga.
but you are from Pili.
No longer, Mr. Vice President, Mr. Your Honor, I already live in Naga City for quite a while.
Okay. So I still cannot understand the real reason. Because if you have a salary higher than the compensation of the President of the Republic of the Philippines, well, that's a great sacrifice on your part. So, question from City Councilor General Omar Buenafe.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, to break the ice and to give reprieve to our honored guests. May I go back to the matter of transport. So, having went around the city for a considerable period already, how do you assess the traffic situation in Naga City, and what do you think are the things needs to be done to be able to resolve the traffic woes of Naga?
Thank you, Your Honor, for the question. MMDA conducted a study of the traffic situation in Naga. And a good 80% of our concern is from bad driver behavior. It's not really the volume of the traffic, but bad driver behavior. And because of that, Mayor Lenny Robredo ordered the launching of Discipline Naga on 3 aspects: discipline on the road, discipline on community, and environment. And insofar as the discipline on the road is concerned, it is very important to retool our public utility vehicle drivers because of the bulk. We have over 1,200 franchised tricycles. And then bring back discipline to the school. We have partnership with DepEd. So that's what we are doing right now insofar as the traffic is concerned. We are also looking into rerouting some of the traffic so that there are 5 areas that we are looking into, and we're making it one-way instead of 2-way traffic. But that would be subject of alignment starting this afternoon with Mr. Gumba.
Thank you, Attorney. Any other comment or manifestation? Yes, City Councilor Elmer Baldimoro.
Mr. Chair, kumain naman pong mga hapot.
No other question? I think our guest loves questions.
Mr. Chair, the newly appointed city administrator possess the qualification and none of the disqualification So may I move joint and collective motion for passage of a resolution confirming the appointment of Madam Noreen San Luis, Miss Noreen Bernadette San Luis as City Government Department 1 City Administrator. On joint and collective motion.
On joint and collective motion, no objection? So on joint and collective motion. Thank you. The rules are suspended.
Guidelines establishing an accreditation system for authorized suppliers and providing guidelines for its administration and use.
City Councilor Jude Jokno.
Yes, Mr. Chair, may I ask that this be referred to the Committee on Tourism for further deliberation because of the penalties included in that.
Okay, so please make that into a formal motion.
May I move that this ordinance be referred to the Committee on Tourism?
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Next item, please.
Next is the passage of a resolution expressing condolence to Barangay Kagawad of Carolina.
Joint and collective. Next item, please.
Next is a communication from the Office of the City Mayor authorizing her to enter, seeking for a resolution.
I think we are now in item number 7.
Yes, sir. A resolution authored by the a proposed resolution authored by the Honorable Elmer Baldimoro, a resolution approving the Naga City Child Protection Policy and adopting the same as comprehensive guidelines for the implementation of child protection measures in the city government of Naga.
Yes, City Councilor Baldimoro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, the Naga City Child Protection Policy aims to institutionalize standard procedures and mechanism for the prevention, identification, reporting, referral, intervention, and response to child protection concern involving children. And this child protection policy underwent a series of consultation, workshop, and technical reviews involving city government offices working for children. So this is also, Mr. Chair, endorsed by the City Mayor through the Naga City Council for the Welfare of Children resolution requesting the Sangguniang Panlungsod for approval and adoption. Taas tabi kit. Pataas tabi. So, itong signature ni Mayor. So this was endorsed and approved by the local council for the protection of children, requesting for the Sangguniang for a passage of a resolution and adoption. With that, Mr. Chair, may I move for a passage of a resolution approving the Naga City Child Protection Policy and adopting the same as comprehensive guide for the implementation of child protection measure in the city government of Naga. I so
On
move,
joint
Mr. Chair.
and
On joint and
collective
collective motion.
Mr. Chair,
Next item, please. Yes, Councilor Mendoza.
can we request the proponent to at least give us presentation or brief discussion as to the substance of this Naga City Child Protection Policy?
Okay. City Councilor Elmer Baldemoro.
Mr. Chair, as mentioned a while ago, this aim to institutionalize the standard, the procedure, and mechanism for the prevention, identification, reporting, referral, and response to child protection concern of children in Naga City. So the document that was sent to us by the Naga City Council for the Welfare and Protection of Children, could you request the Secretariat to place on screen the submitted document? Here, Mr. Chair, the child protection policy containing several pages containing the introduction, the preventive strategies, the special program guidelines, pataas patabitin, the media coverage guidelines, the social media guidelines, the child protection in emergencies, the case management system, the Naga City Children Home Child Protection Policy, the directives to private establishment, the implementation with partners, and the information and communication technology, as well as its monitoring and adjusting.
City Councilor Mendoza, do you have specific questions?
Does this mean, Mr. Chair, that the ordinances related to children are subsumed under this policy?
I think that's not an ordinance, it's a resolution.
It is only a resolution,
policy.
Mr. Chair. However, some ordinances, including the handling of cases for children, were included in this child protection policy.
Okay.
No further questions.
Follow-up
Mr.
question?
Chair. No more, Mr. Chair. I support this proposed adoption and resolution.
Thank you, City Councilor Mendoza. Any other reaction before we finally approve this resolution? Okay, again, City Councilor Baldemoro.
Thank you again, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, may I again move for the approval of the Naga City Child Protection Policy and adopting the same as comprehensive guide for the implementation of child protection measure in the city government of Naga.
On joint and collective motion.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Next item, please.
Next is a letter dated August 10 from the Office of the City Mayor seeking for the passage of a resolution authorizing her to enter into, negotiate, and sign the Memorandum of Agreement with the Department of Social Welfare and Development Office relative to the implementation of a sustainable livelihood program.
Any reaction or comment? Yes, City Councilor Elmer Baldemoro.
The Sustainable Livelihood Program is a program of the DSWD and will be implemented here in the city of Naga. So may I move, Mr. Chair, for passage of a resolution authorizing the city mayor to enter into, negotiate, and sign the Memorandum of Agreement with the Department of Social Welfare and Development on joint and collective motion.
Again, on joint and collective motion. Next item, please.
Next item is under unfinished business. Item number 1 is the review and comments submitted by Mrs. Annabel Vargas, CSWD DO head, on the proposed Naga City Right to Care Ordinance.
We will refer this to the Committee on Health and Nutrition.
Another communication from the Office of the City Legal Office containing his comment and recommendation on the proposed ordinance on the Naga City Right to Care Ordinance.
Again, to the Committee on Health and Nutrition.
An email sent by Sheila Joy Vernal Dumalasan, Naga City Gender and Development Office, requesting for extension until August 11 to submit comments on the proposed Right to Care Ordinance.
Committee on Health and Nutrition.
A letter from Mr. Marvin Sagon, acting head of this City Enro, submitting their comments and recommendations on the proposed ordinance establishing the 330-300 green infrastructure policy in the City of Naga.
Committee on Environment and Energy.
Next is a letter dated August 6 from Army Gunay, submitting their feedbacks collated from the social media platform on the proposed ordinance seeking to amend the Revenue Code of Naga City by including other types of vehicle in imposing parking fee at the third floor of the Naga City Public Market.
Committee on Ways and Means and Market Affairs.
Next is another email sent by Army Gunay, collated from the social media platform on the proposed ordinance making citywide planning, investment programming, and budget prioritization process as the determined of budget allocations.
To the Committee on Appropriations.
The committee report of the joint committee hearing of the Committee on Ways and Means and the Market Affairs held last August 6.
Who will be rendering the report?
Ways and Means?
City Councilor Frank Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May I request acknowledgement of the report of the Committees on Ways and Means and Committee on Market Affairs.
Your report is duly acknowledged.
We did not have a quorum.
Was there a quorum?
There was no quorum.
There was a quorum. Thank you.
At the time, the head of the Market Affairs Committee was with the Secretary of the Department of Public Works and Highways. So the first item is the proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Alan Aris Macaraig, amending Section 141 of Ordinance Number 2004-123 or the Revenue Code, Naga City People's Small Ordinance, and revising the various revenue ordinances of the City of Naga and for other purposes. Considering that the next item is related, so we jointly treated these items at the same time. The proposed ordinance authored by Councilor Aris Macaraig, amending Section 5 of Ordinance Number 2018-018, otherwise known as the Towing and Expanded Wheel Clamp Ordinance of Naga City, by revising and modifying the system of collection of parking fees and expanding the area coverage to include the spaces at the riverside of the Naga City People's Market. Just a brief background, Mr. Chair. These two ordinances refers to the revision of the parking fees. The first ordinance is to adjust the parking fee at the rooftop. The second ordinance is to impose parking fees at the riverside as well as on the surrounding areas of the public market. Kaya pinagsabay mo na po si Urulay. Dawa may si proponent. May proceed with the disposition, Mr. Chair.
Yes, please.
Notwithstanding the absence of the proponent, the committee decided to proceed with the hearing. Both proposed ordinances were taken simultaneously, considering that both dwell on the imposition of parking fees within the public market and around its periphery. The committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod, acting as a committee of the whole. By the way, Mr. Chair, may I request that that we transform ourselves into a committee of the whole.
Why?
Considering that we did not have a quorum during the committee hearing.
But we have a quorum right now.
No, during the committee hearing, Mr.
The
Chair.
committee hearing, okay.
Yes. My oversight, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
The committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod acting as a committee of the whole for the body to direct the Market Enterprise and Promotion Office to coordinate with the City Human Resource Management Office and NAMASFED to recommend options on the treatment of parking attendants who will be displaced once the perimeter of the public market is converted into a parking space and parking fees are collected by banded MEPO collectors. And further, in the formulation of the said options for the MEPO to also confer with the parking attendants to hear their side. Ang basis tabi ka ni Mr. Chair, pag inimpost ning policy ini, ang makolekta ba ko na si mga parking boys, kundi si mga empleyado na kang market office, and that would dislocate the parking boys. So ang proposal, pag-adalan kang MEPO, ano ang gigibon sa inda. So mo, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The committee further resolved to recommend to the plenary the return of the draft ordinances to its author in order to incorporate the comments raised during the hearing. So, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The committee finally resolved to recommend to the plenary the conduct of a public hearing for the said proposed revenue measures on August 27, 2026. The purpose is to consider the rates being suggested by MEPO and Councilor Ari. So, Mr. Chair.
Any second to the motion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next item is the proposed ordinance authored by this representation instituting the regular declaration of real properties and the reporting of permits, licenses, and deeds involving real properties as mandated by the Local Government Code and for other purposes. Treated simultaneously is the letter dated June 30 from Attorney Chris Mondliano, City Legal Officer, containing the recommendations and legal opinion on the proposed ordinance instituting the regular declaration of real property and the reporting of permits. Likewise, licenses and deeds involving real properties as mandated by the Local Government Code. May I proceed with the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee recommended returning the proposed ordinance to the proponent for the incorporation of the recommendations raised during the hearing. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The committee also recommended the following directives. Request the City Assessor's Office to submit their detailed recommendations for the implementation of the proposed measure and direct the Sangguniang Panlungsod Secretariat to furnish a copy of the proposed ordinance to the Executive Judge of the Regional Trial Court in Naga City and to as many notaries public within the jurisdiction of the city for their comments and recommendations, and schedule the proposed ordinance to a public hearing on August 27, 2026. So, Mr. Chair.
Any second to the motion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
That ends my report, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, City Councilor Frank Mendoza. Next item, please.
Next is the committee report, Committee on Public Utilities, for the hearing last August 6.
The Committee on Public Utilities, and the report will be rendered by City Councilor Doc Jesse Albios.
Mr. Chair, may I request acknowledgement of the report of the Committee on Public Utilities.
Your report is duly acknowledged.
The committee hearing was held on August 6, 2026, and there was a quorum.
There was a quorum. Okay, thank you.
First item, letter dated July 13, 2026, from the City Legal Officer containing a response and initial comments on the telecommunications provider's proposed co-build arrangement and status of the Unified and Comprehensive Underground Conduit Plan and Working IRR draft. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to take note of the response and actions undertaken by the City Legal Office. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Second. Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Item number 2 is the continuing updates on the UCT project using the Quezon City model by Mr. Chito Lizardo, Head of the Engineering Division, PLDT, and Mr. Jun Carandang, Head of the Project Management Office of the Globe Telecoms Incorporated. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to take note of the updates presented by the representatives of PLDT Incorporated and Globe Telecoms Incorporated. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Second. Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
That ends the report, Mr. Chair. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you, City Councilor Doc Jesse Albios. Next item, please.
Next is a letter dated
Reiterate the directive of the Sangguniang Panlungsod for the City Treasurer's Office to issue a show cause order and for the City Treasurer's Office to submit a report on this particular complaint within 7 days. Mr. Chair.
Any second to the motion of Councilor Albios? Second. Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Next item, please.
Next is a letter dated August 6 from Mr. Hernanes Soron, Head of the ESO, submitting their comments on the request of Mrs. Corazon Fatima Celerio of DepEd Naga City for cash incentives for the winning students from CSNHS, Ting 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 Ting, who won in the Dinghy Slayer Challenge Grand Finals.
Yes, the chairman of the Committee on Appropriations.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
City Councilor Elmer Balimoro.
May I move, Mr. Chair, to refer this matter to the Committee on Appropriations.
So we will refer this matter to the Committee on Appropriations unless there is an objection. Next item, please.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Francisco Mendoza, strengthening the enforcement of mayor's permit compliance in Naga City.
Councilor Frank Mendoza.
That matter forms part of the report of the Committee on Laws and Ordinances.
So that will be part of the report of the Committee on Laws and Ordinances. Next item, please.
Next is a letter dated August 10 from the Office of the City Mayor on the veto message of the City Mayor on Ordinance number 2026-088.
Kindly read the pertinent portions of the message.
The veto is based on provisions that exceeds the city's legislative authority, lack the necessary support from applicable national laws and regulatory approvals, and contain material inconsistencies that render the ordinance legally infirm and potential prejudicial to the public interest. The ordinance exceeds the scope of a local franchise by authorizing activities beyond bingo. While the ordinance claimed to grant authority for the operation of a bingo boutique, it likewise extends to undefined pair play games and horse race betting. A city ordinance cannot by itself authorize the conduct of horse race betting. Such activity may only be undertaken by entities holding the appropriate congressional franchise and the necessary approval from the competent national regulatory agencies, including the Philippine Racing Commissions and the Games of Amusement Board, where applicable. The city cannot substitute for the national franchise or regulatory authority required for such gaming activities. The revenue provisions identified a different corporation creating substantial legal uncertainty. The ordinance identifies Caceres Amusement and Gaming Corporation rather than Big R Gaming Corporation as the entity whose gross revenue shall be subject to the franchise fee. This is not a mere clerical or typographical error. It creates uncertainty as to the identity of the taxpayer, the applicable law tax base, the city's collection authority, and the enforceability of the ordinance itself. Moreover, the clause providing that the franchise fee shall be in lieu of all taxes is overly broad. Such language must be expressly limited to taxes that the city is legally authorized to impose and must comply with all procedural and substantive requirements governing tax ordinance. And the number 3, the franchise term is internally inconsistent. The ordinance specified a franchise period from 28 July 2026 to 16 June 2029. Yet, also provides that the franchise shall become effective only upon the expiration of the existing franchise. At the same time, it repeals Ordinance Number 2026-067. Such ambiguity affects the validity, enforceability of the grant. Number 4, the legislative record indicates that the measure was intended to recognize a change in corporate name rather than grant a new franchise. If Big R Gaming Corporation is merely the new corporate name of the same judicial entity, the appropriate legislative action would have been narrowly crafted amend to Ordinance Number 2026-067 after verification through the Securities and Exchange Commission and FAGCOR records. Conversely, if Big R Gaming Corporation is a different juridical entity, it must independently establish its legal qualification and regulatory authority. A franchise cannot be transferred or recreated solely by assuming corporate continuity. And the number 5, the ordinance fails to sufficiently integrate the city's existing regulatory framework governing bingo operations. The ordinance that not expressly conditions the local franchise upon continuous compliance with the city's bingo regulatory ordinance and other applicable local and national requirements, including a valid FAGCOR authority, annual mayor's permit and business permit, occupancy, the safety, and other regulatory permits, restriction concerning minors and students, operating hours, inspections, and regulatory monitoring, responsible gaming safeguards, and observance of due process before suspension or revocation. Likewise, the Supreme Court ruling in Republic versus Association of Barangay Councils.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. Who is the author of this vetoed ordinance? Any reaction from the principal proponent, City Councilor Dr. Jesse Albios?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Committee on Games and Amusement recommended for the change of the franchisee from Robredo Incorporated to Big R Gaming Corporation. And this representation is inagreeable to the content of the message that should have been a mandatory ordinance changing the franchise name from Robredo to Big R Gaming Corporation. So may I move, Mr. Chair, that this be referred to the Committee on Games and Amusement.
Okay, so any second to the motion of Councilor Albios?
Second.
Any objection? Councilor Baldimoro?
Not an objection, Mr. Chair. May we know, Mr. Chair, from the Secretariat, if the application of Robredo Incorporated was approved by the City Mayor, since the Big R Gaming Corporation is only requested for a change of name. So may we know?
Yeah, precisely that was my thinking about the whole setup, that it was merely a change in the name of the corporation.
Mr. Chair, plus on the screen is the ordinance granting the authority to operate of Robiedo Incorporated.
So,
So it was approved, the granting of permit to Robiedo Incorporated.
but based on the letter of the city mayor, it was,
Not in the authority of the city.
yeah, it was not approved.
Yes.
So why do we have to refer this back to the Committee on Games and Amusement? City Councilor Dr. Jesse Albios.
Mr. Chair, I think we need to make some amendments to the ordinance approved by the Sangguniang Panlungsod.
The entity is actually requesting for a change in the name and not any other thing.
Yes, Mr. Chair, that's why during the reporting of the Committee on Games and Amusement, the recommendation was for an amendatory ordinance of City Ordinance number 2026-067. However, during the deliberation, I think it was Honorable Mendoza who moved that instead of amending Ordinance number 2026-067, we approve a new ordinance granting Big R Gaming Corporation and withdrawing the franchise to Robiedo Incorporated. So we need to make some...
City Councilor Frank Mendoza, may I have your response to this particular issue?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a query. Did the applicant submitted an amended articles of incorporation wherein the name was changed from Robiedo to Big R?
City Councilor Albios.
The applicants, Mr. Chair, submitted the PAGCOR license and other legal documents during the committee hearing.
In other words, there was no amendment to the articles of incorporation of Robiedo, changing its name from Robiedo to Big R.
That was part of the passage of the ordinance subject to the submission of the articles of incorporation.
Because in the absence of an amendment to the original articles of incorporation, Big R, in effect, would be a separate entity, given that it must again apply as a new applicant for that bingo enterprise. We cannot just change the name unless the change of name was effected through an amendment in the articles of incorporation.
So in other words, you are proposing that the entity
Apply.
should again apply.
Yes, because that is a different entity entirely, Mr. Chair.
So that will be the item to be tackled by the Committee on Games and Amusement.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And we need to inform the entity to come up with a new application. Is that correct,
Yes.
Councilor Mendoza?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So please make the necessary motion. City Councilor Doc Albios.
Yes, Mr. Chair. So may I move that this bit of message be referred to the Committee on Games and Amusement, and we direct the SP Secretariat that in the invitation to Big R Gaming Corporation to bring all the necessary documents relative to the subject of application for
New application.
New application. Yes.
Yes,
So moved, Mr. Chair.
City Councilor Mendoza.
May I move that it be jointly with the laws and ordinances because there are legal matters raised in the veto message.
So your motion is to refer this to the laws and ordinances, and okay, Councilor Albios, please make a final motion.
That this matter be referred to the joint committees of the Games and Amusement and Laws and Ordinances.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. We will refer this matter to the Committee on Games and Amusement and then to the Committee on Laws and Ordinances. Next item, please.
Next is the a communication from Honorable Jefferson Romeo Felix submitting her revised and consolidated proposed healthy food and beverage standard ordinance of Naga City.
City Councilor Jefferson Felix.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Following the veto message of the City Mayor for the two ordinances that I have authored, as promised, Mr. Chair, I am refiling back this consolidated and revised healthy food and beverage standards ordinance of Naga City. For this, Mr. Chair, I have made sure that all significant points are satisfied from the veto message, and it has been substantially revised. So with this, Mr. Chair, I move that this be referred back to the Committee on Health and Nutrition.
Any second? Second. Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. My goodness, we have been getting a lot of vetoes. The third veto from the city mayor. Next item, please.
Next is the committee report, the Committee on Laws and Ordinances, together with the Committee on Transportation.
The Committee on Laws and Ordinances, together with the Committee on Transportation, the report will be rendered by City Councilor Attorney Oying Rosales.
Mr. Chairman, may I request acknowledgement of the committee report for the meeting
Your
held
report
yesterday.
is duly acknowledged.
There was a quorum, Mr. Chairman. The
There
first
was a quorum.
item
Thank you.
is a barangay ordinance of Barangay Santa Cruz, amending the rules and regulations on the conduct and operation of Santa Cruz Pedicab Operators and Drivers Association for review by the Sangguniang Panlungsod. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to defer consideration of the matter, direct the Secretariat to furnish the City Legal Office a copy of the said barangay ordinance for its legal opinion, and to submit the same to the Secretariat within 5 days upon receipt thereof. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Any second to the motion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The second disposition, upon motion of the Honorable Mendoza, duly seconded, the committee resolved to refer the matter to the Committee on Transport for the conduct of a hearing on the issues raised during the committee hearing. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The second item was deferred, Mr. Chairman, due to the absence of the authors of the proposed ordinance. The third item is a proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Gilda Gale Abonal Gomez and Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza, granting exemption from amusement tax to cinema operators within Naga City that comply with the free movie privilege for registered senior citizens and PWDs of Naga City, and providing for a 40% counterpart by the city government to implement the mandate under Ordinance number 2022-49 and Ordinance number 2020-72. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to defer consideration of the matter pending receipt of the position paper of SM Prime as requested, and to further direct the Secretariat to furnish copies of the proposed ordinance to the Office of the Senior Citizens Affairs, Persons with Disability Affairs Office, City Treasurer's Office, and to request their comments within 5 days upon receipt thereof. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The fourth item, the fourth item is a barangay ordinance of Barangay Lerma for review by the Sangguniang. This pertains to the adoption of the official hymn of Barangay Lerma. During the committee hearing, the composer, Barangay Kagawad Borromeo, shared to us the musical piece. For the disposition, Mr. Chairman, upon motion of the Honorable Valdemoro, duly seconded by the committee members, the committee resolved to recommend to the plenary the passage of a resolution declaring valid Barangay Ordinance number 2026-2, approving and adopting the official hymn of Barangay Lerma, Naga City. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Any second to the motion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The fifth item, the Barangay Ordinance Number 2, Series of 2026, 2, 3, and 4 of Barangay Liboton for review. There was no representative during the committee hearing. The committee resolved to defer consideration of the matter. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The last item pertains to the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza, co-sponsored by City Youth Councilor Althea Isabel Reyes, strengthening the enforcement of mayor's permit compliance in Naga City. For the disposition, the committee resolved to recommend to the plenary approval on second reading of the proposed ordinance as entitled. May we request that the Honorable Mendoza be recognized for his discussion, Mr. Chairman.
The principal proponent, City Councilor Frank Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The purpose of this ordinance, Mr. Chair, is to increase the revenue of the city government. Now, there are three ways to increase revenue. First is to increase the tax rates, which I believe should be the last priority. Second is to expand the tax base. And third is to improve collection efficiency. Now, this proposed ordinance would expand the tax base by strengthening the enforcement of mayor's permit compliance. Kadakol po kayo mga negosyo igdi sa tuya na mayong mayor's permit. And pag nagko-committee hearing ang rason, pinadarhan mo ng notice, nakapira ng notice, may demand letter na etc. Pero may nangyayari. Now, the intent of this ordinance is to clarify and put a clear procedure para ito mga enforcing elements would be duly guided. Na bako nang paulit-ulit mapadara ng demand letter pero igwa ng specific steps concluding into penalty or any sanction that would compel those who should pay to pay. So let me go to the ordinance, Mr. Chair. I'll skip with the explanatory note. The title is Mayor's Permit Compliance Ordinance of Naga City. Declaration of policy. It is the policy of the city government of Naga to foster a vibrant and competitive local economy, ensuring a level playing field for all business entities. And the scope. This ordinance shall apply to all business establishments operating in Naga City, including sole proprietorship, partnership, etc. Let me just go to the second and third paragraph. The second paragraph is due to an observation by the Damas Fed Representative managot sa mga loto. So we added that paragraph. Gaming and lotto outlets covered by a national franchise or license issued by the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation or by the Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office are covered by this ordinance. Kumbaga dapat makasidang mayor's permit. While they may enjoy tax exemption from local taxes, they remain subject to local regulatory fees, including but not limited to the mayor's permit fee, sanitary inspection fee, fire safety inspection clearance, building inspection fee, and garbage fee. Because of that, they must therefore secure a valid mayor's permit. Now, we excluded sidewalk and itinerant vendors and small pop-up stands paying plazada. Tayo hindi po, dahil man nagkukan ng mayor's permit. Kasi ng special permit, but not the formal mayor's permit. Subject to existing ordinances on vending are excluded from this ordinance. We skip the definition of terms. Next. Ini po nakasopas, closure of business entities operating without a mayor's permit. No business entity shall operate, trade, or engage in commercial, industrial, or livelihood activities in Naga City without first securing a mayor's permit and satisfying all prerequisite safety, health, environment, and spatial planning clearances. Business entities operating without a mayor's permit shall immediately stop operation and remain closed until they obtain their permit. So, igwa na pong papadatulan si mga enforcer na pag may nahiling mayong mayor's permit, pinisabihan na dapat magpundo ka mo. Section 6, voluntary closure and cessation of operation. Those who voluntarily ceased operation upon effectivity of this ordinance or on the day following receipt of a notice of violation and proceeded to apply for a mayor's permit within 3 days from receipt thereof shall not be subjected to the administrative fines and penalties imposed under Section 8 herein, provided it remains closed and it secures a mayor's permit. If a voluntarily closed entity issued a notice of violation reopens without an issued mayor's permit, the procedure for forced closure shall immediately commence, starting from the issuance of a show cause order and hearing as provided for under Section 7B. Pwede po kayo nagsara, pero later on, nagbukas manggiraray, mayang mayor's permit, ma-proceed na po duman sa closure procedure. Section 7, ini po si duman sa mga day nagsara na mayang mayor's permit. Forced closure. Business entities which continue to operate without a mayor's permit despite notice shall be closed, padlocked, and installed with an appropriate closed sign by the City Treasurer's Office, implemented jointly with the Public Safety Office and in coordination with the Philippine National Police, subject to the observance of the following administrative process. Ini pong succeeding points in compliance with due process requirements. Number 1, notice of violation. If upon verification by the inspection unit of the Business Permit and Licensing Division of the City Treasurer's Office or by the JIT, no valid mayor's permit is posted or presented, a written NOP or notice of violation shall be issued by the City Treasurer's Office, giving the owner 3 working days from receipt thereof to 1. Present a valid mayor's permit, baka kayo nakasaray man lang. Apply for a mayor's permit or renew an existing one. If the owner, manager, or anyone present and handling the operation of the establishment refuses to accept the notice of violation, the same shall be deemed constructively delivered upon posting of the same on any part of the premises on any part or portion of the premises of the establishment, duly documented through a video or photo, or upon sending the NOP to the published electronic mail, social media account, other address kanipong establishment. May possibility po kaya na pag-inisyon ng NOB habang resibon. So we provided an option tanganing constructively received si notice. A copy of the NOB shall be furnished the City Legal Office. If a valid subsisting mayor's permit exists but was not displayed, then ang penalty niya for non-display under Ordinance Number 2009-065. So naisuhan na po ni notice, sunod po show cause order and hearing. If the operator fails to comply or explain within 3 working days from receipt of the NOB, the City Treasurer shall forward the records to the City Legal Officer. The City Legal Officer shall issue a show cause order giving the business owner or representative 3 working days from receipt thereof to appear at an administrative hearing and explain why a closure order should not be issued. Requirement po ni due process. Ang due process po requires a notice and a hearing. So ito pong steps A, B, compliance po sa due process requirement. Letter C, closure order. If the operator fails to appear or fails to show justifiable cause for the lack of a mayor's permit, the City Legal Officer shall forward a recommendation to the City Mayor for the issuance of a closure order. Upon approval by the City Mayor, the City Mayor shall issue a closure order to be executed by the Public Safety Office, the GIT, with the assistance of the PNP. The enforcement team shall physically close and padlock the frontage or main entrance of the premises. Ang ipapadlock lang po, itong katubangan. Dahil naman ipapadlock entirely pati sa mga likod. Place with a close time. The unauthorized removal or destruction of the padlock or signage shall constitute defiance punishable under Section 8 hereof. Unauthorized resumption of operation. Any resumption of operation without a valid mayor's permit after the execution of a closure order shall subject the establishment to immediate
Summary reclosure. So manang notice of hearing, diretso na sasaran po giraray by the JIT and PSO without need for further administrative hearing. Posting for public information. Any business entity ordered closed that persists to operate may, for public transparency and consumer protection purposes, be posted on the official website and social media accounts of the city government, warning the public of its lack of regulatory compliance. Next. Summary closure due to imminent hazard. Iguan mo po kayo mga establishment na we don't need to go through the due process steps kung iyan may threat sa public safety. The city mayor may order the immediate summary closure of an establishment bypassing the standard timeline in subsections A and B if the city health officer, the city enro, or the Bureau of Fire Protection certifies in writing that the unauthorized operation presents an imminent and severe hazard to public health or safety or constitutes a nuisance per se. So pag-aro po kayo, immediate closure. Section 8, administrative fines, surcharges, and penalties. The following administrative fines are herein imposed on business operating without a valid mayor's permit and continuing to operate, notwithstanding receipt of a notice to a violation. A is administrative fine for operating without a mayor's permit, notwithstanding receipt of a notice of violation. An administrative fine of 3,000 is hereby imposed upon the business owner or entity. Successive reopenings shall result in a fine of 5,000 pesos for each instance or day of reopening. B, retroactive assessment of back taxes. This is as provided under the local government code. The city treasurer shall retroactively assess and collect all unpaid local business taxes and fees dating back to the actual start of the unauthorized operation. If the exact date cannot be ascertained, it shall be presumed to be 1 year prior to the date of the issuance of the notice of violation. Late payment charges, so sa mga penalties po, i-impose manggiraray. Monthly interest, the same. That is standard under the local government code, duman sa mga murusong taxes and fees. Next, please.
Any question or reactions from the members of the council? No question? Okay, proceed with the presentation. Councilor Mendoza.
The imposition of fine, retroactive assessment of back taxes, late payment, and surcharges, and interest shall apply only to those who are subject to forced closure proceeding. So ito pong voluntarily nagsada, dahil po iipon na rin kang penalties na yan. Penalty for defiance of a lawful closure order. Any person who willfully defies, breaks, or bypasses a lawful closure order shall, upon conviction by a court of competent jurisdiction, be penalized with a fine of 5,000 pesos or imprisonment for a period of not less than 1 month but not exceeding 6 months at the discretion of the court. Mr. Chair, my question, si Honorable.
Yes, City Councilor Omar Buenafe.
Mr. Chair, this is regarding Section 9, penalty for defiance of a lawful closure order. Does it also mean that the law enforcers can arrest the defiant person within the establishment? Like, for example, there was already a closure order, but the area is open. That is, like for example, may banda-bandang maingay na walang permit, nag-ooperate yung inuman, and you cannot actually close it since mayo maning mga walls open. Yung mga nag-ooperate doon to stop the operation of the business, can you arrest them?
City Councilor Frank Mendoza, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That would constitute a nuisance, Mr. Chair, but nuisance are classified into two, nuisance per se and nuisance per accidents. I believe that situation would be nuisance per accidents that would require a court order. But a nuisance per se can be stopped immediately.
So, Mr. Chair, does it provide already an authority for the enforcers to conduct police action to stop the operation by stopping the...
Again, City Councilor Frank Mendoza.
I would like to answer yes, but I think legally we cannot force the closure of such an establishment by physically closing the frontage or stopping the activities. We have to resort to the courts.
Yes, City Councilor Omar Buenape.
We had an experience before, Mr. Chair, that we conduct arrests in order to stop these persistent violators, considering that it's not possible to really physically close the establishment by putting walls or barricades. We conducted arrests of the waiters and the other persons and presented them to the prosecution that eventually decided on the matter, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Just to add,
City Councilor Frank Mendoza.
thank you, Mr. Chair. Just to add, Mr. Chair, I think we cannot include in the ordinance a provision on the arrest because that is for the courts to issue.
Okay. Any other reaction or question or comment? Kindly wind up. Yes, City Councilor Jude Jokno.
Yes, Mr. Chair. May I ask the proponent, how will you treat those violators who has been operating for almost 10 years without a business permit? Would it be the
City
same for
Councilor
a new
Mendoza.
business?
As
Yes, please.
so an operator that is found out to be operating for say 10 years, they are liable for back taxes if we can establish that they operated 10 years na. That is provided in the ordinance and that is also I believe provided in the local government code.
Okay, thank you. Any other comment? So please wind up your presentation of your proposed ordinance, Councilor Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Section 10 is public transparency. Ini po, ipoposta po si mga, in accordance with Ordinance 2009-065, required po mga establishment na ipost ang sa indang mayor's permit. Pero tinanggal na tana itong requirement na magkuha pa sinag itong plate, itong business plate, dagdag panggasto yan. Ang purpose naman lang, ma-enforce ang mayor's permit. So kung may display nila si mayor's permit, okay na po ito. No need to buy the business plate. Next. Lifting up closure order. A closure order may only be lifted for a written or from a written order by the city mayor. So kung i-lift pang closure order if full payment has been made for past and current obligations and the corresponding mayor's permit has been issued. Pag igwa na po kayan, ma-order pang alkalde, halion na itong mga itong mga signage and the padlock. Next. Obligation of the city government office, hindi po sinasabi talang na mga opisina kang City Hall dapat mag-comply duman sa ease of doing business. Tanganing maingganyo ta mga negosyante na mag-apply ning kansa indang mayor's permit. So compliance with RA 1103 as well as the deadline set in the respective citizens charter. Sunod pong section, citizens reporting channel. Sinasabi talang po digdi na isay man na may nahiling na entity na mayong mayor's permit, pwede po mag-report sa City Hall. So that's the...
Any reaction or question? Councilor Elmer Baldemoro.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Pa-plus daw po itong Section 4. Pababa. Yan. Mr. Chair, yung sidewalk and itinerant vendors and small pop-up stand by paying through plazadas. Could we use the term cash ticket instead of plazadas?
I agree, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so we will be using the term
Cash ticket.
cash tickets. So,
Instead of plazadas.
and
Thank you, Mr.
principal
Chair.
opponent agrees with the proposal. Any other comment or question from our lawyer? Because we don't want another veto. Veto for this is a very important ordinance because it tackles the mayor's permit. Yes, Councilor Omar Buenafe.
Mr. Chair, I just want to share this information. Under Philippine laws, disregarding a lawful order or authority can be a criminal offense that justifies immediate police action, including apprehension, when it amounts to resistance or disobedience under Article 151 of the Revised Penal Code. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, City Councilor General Omar Buenafe. Reaction from the principal proponent, City Councilor Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Councilor Omar, for that information. I think we can add a provision. Can we flash that particular section 9? We can add a provision wherein
Disregarding a lawful order or authority may be considered a criminal offense or is considered a criminal offense.
ano po si violation?
Kindly
refer your suggestion to the chair.
Permission of the chair. May I repeat the information? Under Philippine law, disregarding a lawful order or authority can be a criminal offense that justifies immediate police action, including apprehension when it amounts to resistance or disobedience under Article 151 of the Revised Penal Code. So maybe, Mr. Chair, we can just add this statement to give teeth to the, or give more teeth to the proposed ordinance.
Will that be okay with you,
Yes,
City
Mr.
Councilor Mendoza?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So we will add that particular provision cited by City Councilor General Omar Buenafe.
Thank you.
Any other question or comment? Manifestation? So the principal proponent is now ready to make the final motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just to clarify, this is not intended to go after lawful business establishments complying with their obligation. This is intended to impose a level playing field. Dapat gabus nagbabarayan, iko-comply sa regulation. So with that, Mr. Chair, I move that we approve this proposed ordinance on second reading with the amendments as proposed by Councilor Omar Buenafe.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved on second reading.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, City Councilor Mendoza.
That ends my report, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, City Councilor Attorney Oying Rosales. Next item, please, or shall we take a break?
New business na po.
Proceed? Okay.
Under new business, item number 1 is a letter dated August 3 from Jo Marie Odina, Chairman of POMCO, informing of their decision to surrender the Trimobile franchise awarded to their cooperative for 1 unit of Trimobile for hire in their services area, with request to open the franchise lot for award to one of their members.
We will refer this to the Committee on Transport.
Next is a letter from Eddie Crisini requesting for the reclassification of certain parcels of land within the vicinity of New Balatas development site.
Committee on Land Use.
Next is undated letter of intent signed by Mr. Gil Bilen, President of Naga City Federation of E-Trike and Trimobile Operators Drivers Association Incorporated, expressing their desire to seek the accreditation of their federation by the Sangguniang Panlungsod.
We will refer this to the Committee on People Empowerment.
Next is an endorsement from the City Treasurer endorsing the Barangay Ordinance Number 1 of of Concepcion Grande regarding the Barangay Revenue Code of Barangay Concepcion Grande.
We will refer this to the Committee on Laws and Ordinances.
Next is an endorsement from the Trimobile Task Force of the Sangguniang Panlungsod endorsing the 3 application for transfer of Trimobile franchise.
Committee on Transport.
Under other matters, the notice of absence for today's session of Honorable Makaig.
Noted.
Nominal voting. May
City Councilor Attorney Rosales.
Mr. Chairman, may I move to transfer to nominal voting the approved ordinance on second reading and move for its approval.
Any second to the motion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
Adjourned.